What is up, YouTube? It's your boy back with another one. And I'm sure those of you that are new to this channel, the ones that have been following me through my YouTube shorts, I'm sure you've seen that I post a daily Bible verse. I post long form videos very rarely. Um, and that's because I don't have a lot of time to usually post long form content. Plus, my life isn't that interesting. My life is pretty simple, or I might like to think it's simple. Uh, you know, I'm a very basic guy. I wake up every morning, go to work, read the Word of God while I'm at work sometimes, obviously from the daily Bible verse, and post videos on social media. And then, of course, I work throughout the day, go home, and depending on what day it is, I'll either just spend time with my daughters or I'll get on, social media and stream wrestling, which is what the hat is, right? And, you know, before I had a similar routine, but I would, instead of reading the Word of God in between or just focus on streaming, I would partake in drinking alcohol, partake in getting to the point of, drinking to where I can barely function. And this was about, as of now, over a year ago, just about over a year ago. Uh, but by the time you see this video, I would have I would have hit 365 days of sobriety, meaning I have been sober for 1 full year. And for 1 year, I have given my life to God. And in that year, I have also completed a 1 year Bible reading, meaning 1 year ago, I decided to set out and, of course, read my Bible within a year, as you can tell by all the check marks and everything, right? All that I have read 364 days as of this video. You can tell I actually just finished that before recording this video. And what made me want to do that, what made me want to stop living my life the way I was and pick up my Bible instead of picking up a beer or liquor bottle, was that my life was going nowhere. My life had almost no meaning to it. I was just going through the daily grind, I guess you want to say, waking up, doing what I was doing, and just not living life. But the moment I decided to stop drinking, I'll be real with you. The moment I picked up my Bible, which is in this carrying case, is when my life changed for the better. Um, my life changed drastically because I started living with a purpose. I started living for something bigger than myself. And I would like to think that it is spreading the word of God. And I've been trying to do that slowly but surely. And I've done that through social media is the biggest thing. That's why I started doing the daily Bible verses. Now, I haven't been really consistent with it, but I'm trying. I'm trying to be consistent with it. I'm trying to be really steady with that. And another is trying to make these long form videos. But with that, work, trying to live a straight edge life, I guess, a straight and narrow path. And then, of course, focusing on my wrestling podcast. Uh, it gets overwhelming, because where I work, I'm not just an employee. I'm the store manager, right? And I have a lot of responsibilities at work. I have responsibilities with my two daughters. I have responsibilities all over the place, and trying to keep up with everything and trying to do what I do on a daily basis. Like I said, it gets overwhelming. But I found that within this year of making the Bible, making God a priority, He makes all things possible. He really does. I Everyone says that. A lot of people say like God makes all things possible. He makes everything we want to do possible if it's in His will. And I truly believe that. And I can attest to it because when I first started reading my Bible, it was one of those things that I was reading it to just read it, right? Just to say I read it. But along the way, after about the first month, I want to say, but maybe the second, I found myself really getting into the Word. I found myself really taking in what the Word was saying. Um, and then, of course, I started going to church. I started changing a lot of things in my life. The biggest thing was from day one when I started reading the Bible, uh, I stopped drinking beer. I stopped drinking alcohol. That was the biggest thing for me, was to replace alcohol with the Bible, to replace all the worldly things I was doing and replace it with God. And since I've done that, I can honestly say God has really paved a way for me. God has really helped me, and He's helped me open my eyes too. I used to go out every other day to the bar. I used to go do all these things and whatever, and I'd always wonder why can't I go out and have fun like other people do? Why can't I go out and enjoy my life like other people do? And it was because I was wasting my life away with just drinking. But with the moment I did put down all those things and put all that to the side and really focus on serving God, God really opened doors for me. Um, I started going to more wrestling events. I started making more friends outside of the friends I already had. I My wrestling channel really took off. In fact, I started interviewing wrestlers, like actual wrestlers that have been on TV for WWE, WCW. I started, you know, trying to make a partnership with a wrestling organization here in Texas, in Dallas. And then, of course, building my relationship with my daughters, making it stronger than ever before, has been another priority for me. And my daughters see that changes have been made in their dad. Because now when I pick up my daughters, um, I don't look all out of it. I don't look like I'm hungover out of my mind. I don't look like I'm angry or any of those things. In fact, they can tell that their dad is a different guy because they enjoy their time with me a little bit more. Because before, when I would pick them up, I would just really do nothing with them. I was like, okay, you're here. Whatever you do is what you do. But now they see that their dad is a little bit more interactive with them, is more engaged, is willing to do more things. Like we made a little routine, if you might say, a little habit for ourselves that every time I pick them up, instead of going straight home, we always make sure we stop at the gas station close to the house and pick up some ices, some candy, and some chips. And we go home and we watch movies. Before I'd be like, man, whatever. I've already ordered food for y'all. Just eat it and whatever. But now it's like I take my time and do that with them. I've even taken my daughters to the movies. Like, it's November now, so all those light shows and stuff are starting to open for the Christmas season, and I'm already planning on taking them to some of the bigger light shows here in Dallas. And you know, I've even already made a plan for us to decorate our Christmas tree when we when we get to Thanksgiving time, right? Like I think I told my mother's like, okay, we'll buy our tree on the 20 something. That way, when the kids come for Thanksgiving, we can decorate the tree. And I'm pretty excited about that. I'm pretty stoked. I'm very excited for all these things that we're going to be doing. And then of course, once good weather starts coming back, we're going to be doing more stuff outside. Like even this past spring and summer and all that, before I would just be inside, wouldn't really do much with them. But this year, like I did a lot more. We would go outside. We would watch, not watch, but we would play like baseball. Like I would just throw the ball to them. They'd hit it with a little plastic bat and all that. We would barbecue more outside. I would try to take them out there, set up hopscotch or something, draw in the driveway. Um, just take them to like my sister's house to play with their cousins. Just, stuff like that, right? Just getting out more, being more in the moments with them. And it's crazy to think that over a year ago before, I was not that way. I was just like, oh, I just want to stay home and chill, kids. Like, I'm tired. I just want to stay home and chill. Like, we'll order pizza or something. Now we go out, we do things. And they love it. I love it too. And, even right now, like, I've just grown so much as a man of God, that before things that used to, you know, be like on my mind are no longer a priority. The biggest, like, one of the big things I've noticed since football season started. Before I would be like, oh man, the Cowboys are playing, oh my goodness, and I need to go watch football, I need to go do this, I need to do that. I wouldn't make my kids a priority because I would be like, I need to watch football, so I'll pick up my kids later after, like, when football season's over. I would try to fight with their mother to get her to understand like football's on, so don't expect me to pick up the kids as much. It hasn't been the case. Now, I think reading the Word of God and seeing how God loved His children is the same way I, as a father, should love my children. And by that, I mean like give them, my time, give them my love, show them that I care, be there for them no matter what. And, it just goes to show like football used to be a priority. Now it's not. I I can't tell you, like, I can tell you right now that I've maybe watched two full games of the Dallas Cowboys this year. And that's not just because they suck right now. That's mostly because I haven't made it a priority. I have the calendar on my phone for when they play, and I barely look at it. I couldn't tell you who they play this week. I really couldn't. Uh, but I can tell you that tomorrow I'll be on day 365 of my Bible reading, and I'll be reading Malachi 3 and 4 along with Psalms 150, along with Revelation 22, along with Proverbs 31 verses 25 to the end. And that will be the last time I read the Bible for this year, for the 365 plan I had started. And which brings me to the conclusion. People have asked me, what are you going to do when you hit 365 days of reading? Like, you've read the Bible in 1 year. What's next? Like, what are you going to do after that? And my answer to that is start all over. I am going to start all over again. I probably won't do the 1 year plan. I'm looking to doing a 6 month plan. Um, that way I can try to read the Bible twice a year now instead of just one time a year. And of course, along with that, I have decided to do a Bible study because I want to really know the Word of God. I really want to know it. I want to understand it. I want to make it a part of my life on a daily basis, not just read it one time a year and then read it when the new year starts. No. I started in November of last year, November 10th or something like that. And I'm going to end it on November 9th, 1 year later. So there's no reason for me to wait until January 1st to start a plan. I will start my new Bible plan on November 10th, the day after I've already finished reading it after 1 year. And I'm going to start all over from the beginning in Genesis, all over again. And I'm going to go from there. And then along with that, like I said, I'm going to be doing a Bible study. I'll be trying to read at least one book of the Bible, study it thoroughly every week, or read one book every 2 weeks. Like right now I'll probably start with one of the four Gospels. Not sure which one yet. But that's something I just want to fully understand the Bible, take more thorough notes. I have a journaling Bible, so I'll be using that for my Bible studies to take down notes. And then, of course, when I go to church, I'll be taking that with me to write down notes there as well. And I just bought a new Bible 2 weeks ago, maybe a week ago, and it's a I can't remember which Bible it is, but it's by like Hamlin or something like that. But it's a real nice Bible. It cost a nice chunk of change, so it better be good. I like it. It smells good. It looks really nice. Has really big print, bigger than what I have in this Bible, and it looks. It's good to read through, and I've looked at it a few times. So that's what I'll be doing my Bible reading in now. And I'll probably put a picture somewhere so y'all can see which one I'm talking about. But my journaling Bible, like I said, it's going to be I guess the rough one, the one that I'm going to be studying from, the one I'm going to be taking to church to write notes in, highlighting stuff, sticky note the crap out of it. It's gonna be that Bible that you see in a lot of YouTubers videos. That I don't know if you've seen any other ones, but it's gonna be like written all over, notes taken everywhere. I've already started that when I was reading the Bible, but along the way, it's like, I kind of got out of the habit a little bit. But there's times where I find myself highlighting interesting Bible verses and scriptures, and I highlight it, take some notes on it. But with my Bible study, I'm going to be using, of course, my translations and all that as well, along with, the plan I'm going to pick out. But yeah, this year has been an interesting one. I've, found a lot of. I found myself, I really found myself through God, and God had been tugging at my heart for a long time when I first started this journey. And I'm glad I stuck with it. I'm glad I stuck with the sobriety. I'm glad that I stuck with, trying to be the man I'm trying to become through God. And this 1 year journey is just the beginning for me. I see myself growing more and more with continuing to grow closer to God and trying to motivate others to do the same. But that's all I got for this video. If you want, drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and just know that I am going to get better at sharing more and doing more, not only for myself, but for God. But until next time, guys, y'all stay safe, have a good one, and peace.